Hello, everybody, and welcome to an update on Tropical Storm Hana here. As you can see, this is the Mesoscale imagery of Tropical Storm Hana, which means that it's the satellite GO 16 is taking an image of the storm roughly every minute or so, give or take. And this is what the imagery of that looks like. You can see the bubbling of convection, mostly on the eastern and northern part of the storm there, but it appears to be in the later frames that all that convection is trying to wrap around to the western side now with time here. Um, so that's IR, and here's a look at the visible imagery before the sunset over the storm. You can see the bubbling of convection right there, right about where the center is. Those really cold cloud tops there before the sunset there. Um, and here's just regular IR, which updates every 10 minutes or so here. AVN imagery here, and you can see just over the past 3 hours, it's really gotten its act together here from it kind of just looking kind of linear and not really the best looking storm to now looking like it's trying to become a hurricane here, like it was forecast to, pretty much the past 3 hours here, as you can see there. Now, in terms of the advisory, let's go ahead and look at the latest advisory. This is going to be at the top here. NOAA hurricane hunters indicate that Hana is strengthening, expected to make landfall as a hurricane tomorrow in southern Texas. And as of 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, July 24th, the current location is 27.1 degrees north, 94.8 degrees west, and it's moving due west at 8 miles per hour, and the minimum pressure is 992 millibars, and maximum sustained 1 minute winds are at 65 miles per hour. And let's go ahead and look at the latest cone here. The latest 3-day cone, you can see they have it making a landfall. It appears making a landfall right about 7 or 6 p.m. Saturday evening. So the landfall date has been pushed back yet again. It's been fluctuating between making a landfall around lunchtime to making a landfall sometime tomorrow evening. It's been fluctuating back and forth, but with this cone, you can see it makes landfall tomorrow evening here as a 75 mile an hour Category 1 hurricane with gusts up to about 90 or I think 95 miles per hour there. And this is as of again 10 p.m. Central Standard Time there. You can see the hurricane warnings in effect and also the tropical storm warnings in effect for this storm. Let's go ahead and read out some of the forecast description here. You can see a storm surge warning is in effect for Baffin Bay to Sargent, Texas. A hurricane warning is in effect for Port Mansfield to Mesquite Bay, Texas. Tropical storm warning is in effect for um, Barra El uh, Mezquital, Mexico, and Port Mansfield, Texas, and then Mesquite Bay to High Island, Texas. A storm surge warning means there is a danger of life-threatening inundation from rising water moving inland from the coastline during the next 24 hours in the indicated locations. For a depiction of areas at risk, please see the National Weather Service Storm Surge / watch warning graphic available at hurricanes.gov. It's a life-threatening situation. Persons located within these areas should take all necessary actions to protect life and property from rising water and the potential for other dangerous conditions. Promptly follow evacuation and other instructions from local officials. A hurricane warning means that the hurricane conditions are expected somewhere within the warning area, in this case within the next 24 hours. Preparations to protect life and property should be rushed to completion. A tropical storm warning means that tropical storm conditions are expected somewhere within the warning area, in this case within the next 24 hours. And then it says interest elsewhere along the Texas and Louisiana coasts should monitor the progress of Hana. Interest in northeastern Mexico should also monitor the progress of the system. And you can see just more of the information there. Let's go ahead and look at the forecast discussion. I'm not going to read all of it. You can stop the video right here and read the discussion for yourself if you want to. And again, you can see it that they have it pretty much making the 75-mile-an-hour landfall there. And then there's the key messages here. There's a danger for life-threatening storm surge along the Texas coast from Baffin Bay to Sargent, Texas, where storm surge warning is in effect. Residents in these locations should follow advice given by local emergency officials. Hurricane conditions are expected along the Texas coast from Port Mansfield to Mesquite Bay, Texas, where a hurricane warning is in effect. Tropical storm conditions are expected to first reach the coast within the warning area on Saturday morning. And then Hana is expected to produce heavy rains across portions of southern Texas and northeastern Mexico. These rains could result in life-threatening flash flooding and isolated minor to moderate river flooding here. And those are the key messages from the National Hurricane Center. And you can read more of it here. Stop the video there, and you can read it in detail. And then let's go into the Spanish version. This is Spanish, so you can stop and read this if you want to. All right, and arrival time for earliest winds here. You can see the earliest reasonable time is right about 8 or 9 in the morning tomorrow, give or take, there for the arrival of tropical storm force winds there. Winds, which means winds over 39 miles per hour plus up to about 73 miles per hour there. In terms of Recon has been surveying the storm now, and they found sustained, well, not sustained, but they found surface measurement winds of about 50 to 55 knots, which is equivalent to about 60 to 65 miles per hour, which is hence why the National Hurricane Center updated the storm to now, instead of 50-mile-an-hour winds, now it has 65-mile-an-hour winds. And then here's the latest recon path there. You can see they're now moving away from the storm and returning back to base. The next recon flight is going to be at about 4:30 in the morning Central Standard Time tomorrow. And you can see there the pressure is continuing to steadily lower with time, and then you can see the hurricane force flight level winds there that the that the hurricane has just found there. Here's a look at the radar for Texas. Here you can see some scattered rainfall from pretty much as far east as Mississippi there to as far west as probably about Corpus Christi, right about where I am right now, in terms of impacts right now. And I'm just looking at all my slides here, making sure I have everything. Okay. Make sure you follow your local officials for the best information. If they tell you to evacuate, please evacuate. If they tell you to stay put, stay put. And if they tell you to do something, you do it. They're doing it for the interests of your own life. They're not just doing it for the fun of it. They're not just doing it for any bad reasons. They're trying to protect your life and property and make it to where you could get out of this situation safely without harm. So I think that's about it for me. Oh yeah, in terms of tropical storm arrival times, like I said, the earliest reasonable time seems to be anywhere from about 8 a.m. to about 9 a.m. for the earliest reasonable time, and then if that isn't what's gonna happen, you can see the most likely time is right about 2 p.m. Saturday. If so, that'll give people more time to prepare. If that's the case, if it's the former, then people will have less time to prepare. And if you haven't prepared already, please prepare right now. This is a serious situation. This isn't going to be a tropical storm dawn. It's not going to be a weak garbage system or anything. This is forecast to become a hurricane and strengthen pretty much up until landfall here. So please take this situation seriously. If you're going to evacuate, because I know some people are deciding to evacuate already, like I said, you probably have till about 8 or 9 in the morning tomorrow to decide whether or not you're going to evacuate. And after that time, roads will probably start to be closed, and it'll probably become more and more dangerous to be out and about, either taking preparations or evacuating the storm. Always consult your local officials. Always go to the National Weather Service. Let's go ahead and look at the National Weather Service really quickly here. I can see my forecast area, Corpus Christi. You can see all these slides here. You can stop the video and read all this for yourself. You can see winds 70 to 80 miles per hour sustained, gusts up to 90 miles per hour, and this is the time to finish your hurricane preparations. Tropical storm warning in effect through Sunday morning. Winds 45 to 55 with gusts to 65. Gusts to hurricane force are possible, and prepare for power outages as well. We're also under a flash flood watch. Storm surge warning, which means 2 to 4 feet inundation in this case here. And then we're also due for some heavy rain here, especially down farther south in Kennedy County there. Total rainfall is expected to be anywhere from about 5 to 10 inches. Locally heavier amounts up to about 15 inches are possible. And you can see the impacts there for the storm. And again, this is the National Weather Service. Just type up nws.gov and it'll take you straight to this is going to be the first thing you see. Go ahead and click on your area. Mine being Corpus Christi. Click on that. It'll give you the latest information. If you want an hourly forecast, click here for a detailed forecast. It'll have the detailed forecast right here. Detailed 5-day graphical forecast here, and then it'll have in the description below here. It'll have a 7-day forecast there for the conditions for your area. So say you live over here in Keensville and you want to get the latest information, click on here, take you straight to Keensville. Also, if you put in your zip code, it'll take you to the straight to your local area, and it'll give you the best information there. And if you want hourly forecast, click there for the hourly forecast to plan your day out. Again, everybody should be done with your hurricane preparations at around 8 to 9 in the morning tomorrow. Again, 8 or 9 in the morning tomorrow. Everybody should be done with that. And I believe that's about it for me. Again, everybody stay safe. Listen to your local officials like the National Hurricane Center, national nhc.noaa.gov, or just type NHC and it'll probably be the first result. Same goes with the National Weather Service. Just type nws.gov or type just NWS and it'll probably be the first result that you find. So I hope everybody stays safe where you are. Have a great day, and everyone guys. Stay safe, of course. If we're in the path of this, please hunker down and take this seriously. And other than that, that's pretty much about it for me. So see you guys later. Peace.